Today we've come to do a dry run almost for the Great Imagining in Cannock Chase, and Handsworth Wood Girls Academy Green Influencer Group are down here because they're demonstrating the carbon literacy workshop that we're going to show at the event, but they're also looking more deeply into ways in which they can create more youth social action.
These students are part of a school that is moving to net zero, both in the infrastructure of the school and also in the culture of the school. What if these students were to create that provocation within the wider school community?
We have like a trip about learning about carbon dioxide and all those things and oxygen, and we want to make the whole place more green and better, and not pollution and everything bad, those kind of things in this world, because we all deserve a good place to live, because in the end we all live in one place, and if it's horrible, what's the point?
I'm a scientist, and I think for ages we've been relying on scientists to give us information, factual information, but actually that's not what most people respond to. Most people respond to their emotions and how you feel about things. And this event has been a wonderful exploration of how we can communicate, how we can do creative things with the information that scientists have provided us with. And so as a scientist, it's really exciting just to see these fantastic things we can do with this knowledge.
If we want the government to do that, then we should be doing something about what's currently happening, so laws can be instituted for the government to put in place.
Today we've been doing a bit of carbon literacy. We spoke to Jonathan Oluwenye in COP28, who's from Uganda, so we live streamed with him, and we're then now doing some visualizations of the way that they want to see their school transform.
It's just getting them to think about how powerful they potentially could be.
Mamina spoke about meat-free Mondays, which is something we're trying to discuss with the head.
It's about how you're going to be able to influence other people if you start thinking more politically, if you think about how you can campaign.
We talk a lot about the needs to raise awareness about climate change, but I think actually most people do know, and a lot of people have quite good knowledge of what's going on. What we need is to have discussions about what we're going to do with this knowledge. How are we going to react? What are we going to change? And this sort of space is wonderful for having these sorts of discussions. And the ideas we've been hearing have been really inspiring. The whole event's been fantastically uplifting.
What we're doing at the school is we're making a new building at our school, which is going to be completely eco-friendly and almost carbon. It's going to purge almost all carbon production, and this is important to me because I feel like climate change is something that it needs to be purged, because so many ecosystems are being eliminated, and not only is that my problem, it's my peers' problem, it's everyone's problem.
This is the start of a fruitful future, working with these students at school and with the wider community in Birmingham and Cannock Chase, north of Birmingham, to create a greener, fairer, wiser future for the communities of those areas.
I think this model, this idea of bringing people together to discuss what we can do to imagine better futures, I think it's a really powerful model. And more people should have the opportunity to take part in things like this. Lots of people are anxious, lots of people are worried, and this is a fantastic way to explore how we're going to respond. So I'd love to see this sort of space replicated, being made accessible to other school groups around the country, and of course not just school groups, but other types of community groups too.
We need people to support this process because we want to make a documentary that will give other schools the wisdom and the inspiration to create the same journey themselves.